Good morning, hockey fans, and welcome to episode 106 of Royally Quacked. How you doing, Cody?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Dad?
Not too bad. Not too bad. We're getting our water fixed today, so people, if I disappear for a few minutes, I need to help my friend who's nice enough to do this for us. He's a really nice guy, so
Yeah.
I told him if he needed, he could knock in and maybe I'd get him on the podcast for a second. Not that he needs to be famous, but you know.
It helps.
Anyways,
well, you want to knock out your Kings news first real quick?
Yeah, I will definitely do that. Okay. So, not only one record was broken the other night, but two. The Kings tie the record of most overtime games in one season with 30. That happened as soon as they went to overtime. And then when they went to the shootout, the Kings now hold the record for most overtime losses in a season with 19. And who knows? We have games left. We could maybe add a few more to that one. We seem to like to go to overtime quite often. On more positive news for the Kings, they have signed NCAA free agent forward Grant Slukinski and his brother Hampton the Hammer Slukinski to entry-level contracts. Grant, 24, signs a one-year ELC for the 26-27 season, and he had 40 points in 39 games played this season for Western Michigan. And the Hammer, who is 20, was the club's fourth-round draft pick in 2023, number 118 overall. He had a .915 save percentage and a 2.30 goals against average in 39 games played this season. Also for Western Michigan University, he signs a 3-year ELC starting next season. And not to mention, as a freshman last year, he led Western Michigan University to the NCAA championship. They did get knocked out by Denver, who is a perennial powerhouse. But still, we can see signs that Slukinski and I think even Carter George are going to make steps up. I think we have Darcy, one more year?
I could double check.
So anyways, one thing I'm going to also say about the Kings is, we have a lot of free agents. We know Kopi's retiring, we might see some of these kids playing next year because they need to.
Yes, you have Kemper for one more year. After
yeah,
so you have this year, next year.
Yeah, so Portillo is I think he might even.
And you have Forsberg this next year too.
Yeah, I know, but things could happen. Portillo might even, be the backup for whoever next year. Because I've honestly, I think Forsberg's been better than Kemper this year. Yeah. So we'll see what's going to happen with all that. But yeah, like I said, I think the Kings want to replenish the farm system. Some of the kids have come up and have been playing pretty well. Like Kenny Connors, Jared Wright. God, I'm drawing a blank on their names, but that's anyways. Taylor Ward, of course. God, the big kid, Hellenius.
He's been up all year pretty much.
Well, yeah, he missed the first part of the year, and once they brought him up, they've left him up.
I would say ever since the whatchamacallit, what's his name? When I went to Montreal, the no trade, he's been up.
So
we do have a comment. MDW Wrestling says hi.
How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. Happy Easter weekend, by the way.
Happy Easter weekend, everyone.
So we want to go on to Duck news, Cody?
Yeah, I'll knock out some Ducks news. All right, so sad news. Oh, it's weaseling. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Ducks news. Cutter Gauthier has an upper body injury and did not join the team on the current road trip, which was to San Jose. But he did miss the San Jose game, and he did miss last night's game against St. Louis, and he is questionable for today's game against Calgary still. So he suffered this injury during the who was it now? The Toronto game. It happened, I think, right before he scored the power play goal. So we'll talk about that later. Next up is Jansen Harkins underwent successful hand surgery, and his now recovery time is expected to be 4 weeks. So maybe just, first round, second round of playoffs, I mean, Harkins isn't like we need him to get to the second round, but he can sure help. All right. And then some good news now. Roger McQueen and Providence got eliminated from the NCAA tournament, and he signed an ATO with the San Diego Gulls for this season, and they're saying he will sign his ELC with the Anaheim Ducks starting next season. That's per Puckpedia. He just played his first game with the Gulls last night, and let's see, he did get a point in the game. He got, let's see, where is it? Roger McQueen found his first career AHL point in his AHL debut, and he was credited with the primary assist on the Matthew Phillips goal. And San Diego did beat the Bakersfield Condors 6-3. So he's already contributing up in the AHL, so that's very good news for the Ducks. I don't know how the whole ATO thing works, because I know, like, with college it's different than juniors, where I don't know if as soon as he plays professional hockey, he can't go back to college. I would have liked him to play one more year of college to really dominate up, college, and then bring him up next year. But I mean, maybe Verbeek and the scouting staff see something different. I mean, we all thought, Leo should have gone back to Sweden, and then look what happened with him. We all thought Seneca should have probably gone back to juniors. Look what happened. So, so maybe they're seeing something that we're not seeing. So, I hope Roger McQueen plays well, and we might see him up with the Ducks maybe this year. You don't know that. So, and the last bit of news is John Carlson was named the third star of the week in the NHL, ending for the week of March 30th, 2026. Everything good over there?
Yeah. My buddy Mark Wexler, Mark. He called last night where we were at our Good Friday services, and it was a little late to call him back by the time we got home, and said to give him a call, and I'll probably do that sometime after the podcast. He was calling again.
Got it.
So I'll give him a call. We haven't talked in a while, so Mark, if you're listening, I will call you back. Promise. So, okay. So if you guys hear a little whimpering, we have a new puppy.
Do you want to bring her up, make her Royally Quacked debut?
Hold on a second. I'll go grab her. She's so cute.
All right. I'm going to knock out some league news while you're gone. All right. Well, the Flyers have signed defenseman David Jiricek to a 2-year contract extension worth an annual value of $1.5 million AAV. I'm gonna save that one for later. Goaltender Trey Augustine will report to the AHL's Grand Rapids Griffins on an amateur tryout for the remainder of the season. Additionally, has signed a 3-year entry-level contract beginning in 2026-2027. Oh, look at little Stella.
Here's my new co-host, Stella. Say hi,
Aw.
everybody, Stella.
Hi, Stella, or I call you Oreo.
Yeah. Well, she does answer to Stella now.
Oh, okay, that's good.
And she has no taste because she follows me wherever I go.
Now, does that dog get any bigger? Oh, hi, Mom.
Yeah, Mom's.
Oh,
He said hi to you.
Who?
Cody.
Oh, hi.
I think Mom wants a dog.
I'm not going to go for a little bit yet.
Okay. So if I need a new co-host, I got a 4-legged one. She doesn't say much, but she's so dang cute. You'll look at her and not even listen to what I say.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So I already knocked out a couple of league news.
Okay.
You can start. You can start with the second one.
The Toronto Maple Leafs.
Okay. The
Okay.
big one of the week.
Yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs have fired general manager Brad Treliving after almost 3 years at the helm. Honestly, I don't know. Can you blame him for all of what's happened to the Maple Leafs? I guess you possibly could. But when you take Mitch Marner out of the scheme, a talent like that out of their, because they had a lot, they still have a lot of talent there.
Yeah.
But he seemed to be what made him at least more competitive.
I just think he tried to make them like the Florida Panthers, and it blew up in his face. That's what he was doing. It didn't work.
So the smart thing to do is play to your players' abilities and use that to their best abilities as you can. And that doesn't always necessarily following a pattern that had high success.
Yeah.
And the Florida, you got to say about the Florida Panthers, they were really good at getting people at great prices to come in and be what they were the last 2 years. I mean, no doubt, definitely deserving of being a 2-time champion, which we don't get that very often where they repeat like that. But they were tough to beat.
Yeah.
And it's a nice strategy and a plan to try to emulate that. But if you don't have the talent and the players to do it with, you have to go with what's best for you. In the same purpose, you look at the Ducks right now. The Ducks, they've got a lot of great offensive talent, and it's young. So what do you try to outscore the other team?
Yeah.
And it doesn't always work for them, as we've seen. But when it does work, it's so much fun to watch, to be honest with you. Who doesn't like goals being scored,
True.
But I can't see like the Ducks doing the Florida plan. It just wouldn't work for the talent they have. Now, it would work more for the Kings than it would be the Ducks. But then again, you still have to score goals to win games. And unfortunately, I mean, not that they don't have some talent, but they didn't have the scoring talent that Florida has. So in my book, like I said, you have to take what you have and make the best with it. And it doesn't always mean it's the same as somebody else. And you can't just try to make a model and make it work, especially if the talent doesn't fit it. Because I think if the Ducks would try to do that, they wouldn't be where they are right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one thing they really need to do is really get a little bit better defensively if they really want to make a difference. That's the difference right now of them being an elite team and just a playoff team, because they're definitely a playoff team this year. But if they want to be elite, they got to play a little bit better defense. I mean, Dostal can't save you every time.
Yeah.
So, okay. That was long for one thing of league news.
Yeah. Next up is someone that people were kind of maybe thinking about him being the next general manager of the Maple Leafs, but the Dallas Stars are like, nope, he's ours. The Dallas Stars have signed general manager Jim Neal to a 2-year contract extension. And you can skip the next one because I wanted to talk about certain ones together, but you can skip the Trey Augustine one. I already talked about that one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so you can talk about the other big one.
Not to mention that he was USA's goalie for World Juniors for the last few years, and very, very good at it.
Very good.
There's my throw in on that one. The Vegas Golden Knights have fired head coach Bruce Cassidy and have named John Tortorella as their new head coach. Tortorella's deal with the Vegas Golden Knights is for the remaining 8 games of the regular season and obviously the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs. Any decision on seasons beyond will be made at the end of the season, per John Shannon. Now, that surprises me.
I think it surprised everyone. They fired a recent Stanley Cup winning coach with just 8 games left in the season. And the only thing is, I know like Bruce Cassidy has that reputation for being a very hard-ass kind of coach, where he's not really a player's coach, where people kind of get tired of him pretty quick. But John Tortorella is like almost that same kind of coach. So you're just kind of like, I don't know, it's just a different voice, same thing. Unless like, because so John Tortorella was part of the coaching staff with the USA for 4 Nations and the Olympics. And Mike Sullivan told them, was like, hey, I don't need you to be you. I need you to be the old wise man of the coaching staff. So maybe he's going to be more of the old wise man, or is he going to be more of the John Tortorella? That's the thing I'm curious about.
Yeah, I it's going to hard to see that in 8 games, but maybe we'll see a glimpse of it. But beyond that, I mean, Bruce Cassidy is a well-respected coach.
Yes.
And you said Stanley Cup winner, right? So
recent Stanley Cup too.
Yeah. So my thought, Kings, Bruce Cassidy.
Yeah, I've already heard that.
Their system that they have, if they continue to play that system, he would be a great coach for that, I think.
Yeah.
He would be that tough guy who would make them play. I mean, I almost would like to kind of, if we had the talent to do the Ducks thing, just because it's more fun to watch.
Yeah.
Maybe with a little bit of, I mean, we do have that defense. We just don't have all that offensive talent, especially the young offensive talent that the Ducks do. But I don't know. Just a thought, fans. What would you think about Cassidy being the next Kings coach? Or do you like what DJ Smith I think his name is, right?
Yeah, DJ Smith. But I mean, you also got Pete DeBoer still available. Peter Laviolette's available. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Rick Bowness and Columbus, and you never know. There could be another coach available.
Yeah.
After the season.
Well, I guess we're not too far away. Just a few months away from the Stanley Cup Finals happening. Who knows who's going to be there? Are we going to have one of those weird seasons where you're going to have these teams not expected to be there this time? We'll see. I mean, because there's a lot of teams that have really stepped it up this year that were surprises. Not that they weren't eventually going to do it, but they did it this year. You know, the Ducks, the Sharks,
Pittsburgh, Islanders, Boston.
Well, yeah, and Columbus is pretty good too, right?
San Jose.
I mean, who wouldn't have fun watching Macklin Celebrini play? I would pay money to see him play.
I don't have fun watching Macklin Celebrini play, but we'll find out more about that later.
Well, all I'm going to say is I saw him on TV, and he looks like he should still be in high school. That's how young he looks, and look at how. I mean, he's like what, third or fourth in the league in scoring.
Okay, Cale Makar, who's been in the league for how long, looks like he's 10 years old still.
Yeah, like your brother Tim if he shaved off his beard.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure if I shaved off my beard, I could probably easily shave 10 years off of myself too. Of course, I'll probably look like 20, 30 pounds heavier too if I shaved.
Okay, we're not going to go over how we should dress and what we're supposed to do.
Okay, so we'll move on to the league news. Blue Jackets defender Damon Severson has undergone shoulder surgery and is done for the season.
Boy, that's hard to say. Shoulder surgery. Say it fast 3 times. You can't do it.
Nope, I can't do it.
I can't either. Alex Ovechkin scored twice and hit the 30-goal mark for a record-extending 20th time in his NHL career. And the Washington Capitals beat the Philadelphia Flyers 6-4 on last Tuesday night. And, I mean, he's what, like 41 now?
41.
And he's still there, baby.
I want to say it would have been his 21st season if it wasn't for that COVID shortened season. Because I think he was at like 24 goals, and there was still like, I forgot which season it was. It got cut short, and he was like at 24 goals and like 40 something games or something like that. So he easily could have had his 21st if they really. I mean, I would give it to him because he was on pace for it, and it's not like he's an injury prone kind of player. He's, so I would have given it to him.
Yeah, future Hall of Famer Alex Ovechkin.
First, he's a first ballot,
no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next bit of news: Evan Rodriguez's season is probably done after Florida Panthers forward broke a finger in his right hand on Thursday's night. Lost to the Minnesota Wild.
Wow, they've been just decimated with injuries this year, haven't they?
Yeah, I think honestly it might be what's best for Florida this year. Not saying all the injuries, but they get the rest.
True. Not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Colorado Avalanche will be without standout defenseman Cale Makar for a few games after he suffered an upper body injury in a win over Calgary earlier this week. And if you don't think that affects that high-powered offense for the Rockies, you're mistaken.
The Rockies?
I mean the Rockies.
Damn, I didn't know that Makar was playing
Avalanche. Sorry.
Now, what position does he play for the Colorado Rockies exactly?
He probably plays center field.
That's what I was thinking too. And I could see,
Hey,
him being like a good shortstop too.
I got a great idea for the offseason.
What if we made like a baseball team with hockey players?
Well, no, we just go through some players and what position would they play in some other sport, or what other sport would they play in what position they may play. I think it'd be kind of interesting. And then if you get the fans involved, I mean, obviously, you have, a couple of those guys, like the guy from New York, he'd probably be an MMA guy or a boxer. So,
yeah. All right, and that's about it for the league news this week.
Yes.
Do you need to check up on Anything?
You know, while you do your first game, I'm just going to go see how it's going outside with the guy doing my plumbing.
If you're still gone, then I'm going to just move on to my next game.
Sounds good, bud. I'll be right back.
All right. So we're going to go to the first game, which is last Saturday, which is kind of the reason why we started the live stream early last week, and we kind of got off pretty early because we were going to the watch party at Brewery X with the Anaheim Ducks. You know, we got to see JoJo, Wowing, Ali K, Mikey from the Mighty Ducks Club. You know, met some very great people. You know, passed out some stickers and everything. So we'll get into the game right now. The Ducks played their last road game of that trip in Edmonton, and let's just say it didn't start very well. There was no scoring in the first period at all, but then who other than Connor McJesus with his 42nd goal of the year makes it 1-0 Edmonton on a backhanded shot at the 7:36 mark. And then, so it's 1-0 going into the third period. And then Jack Roslovic gets his 20th of the year to make it 2-0 Edmonton. And that was around the 5-minute mark. And then Matt Savoy gets his 14th of the year. It makes it 3-0 Edmonton at the 6:10 mark. Now, things are not looking good for the Ducks right now, but our rookie phenom, Beckett Seneca, gets his 22nd of the year. Assist for John Carlson, his 43rd assist, and Jackson McClellan, his 42nd assist. And that was on a tip-in shot at the 6:53 mark. So just 43 seconds later after Edmonton made it 3-0. So that's 3-1 Edmonton. And then at the 9:41 mark, who other than Cutter Gauthier with his 37th goal of the year, VL with his 6th assist and John Carlson's 44th assist made it 3-2 Edmonton. And then so the Ducks are storming back. They're playing well at this point. They pull the goalie and they just fall a little bit short. Zach Hyman gets the empty netter to ice the game to make it 4-2 Edmonton. And like I said, I met some great people at the watch party. And I don't know why it was so hot that day. And all of us were just dying watching the game outdoors. But honestly, I highly recommend it. It was so much fun. They do giveaways at the watch party. That's how I got this. I technically got 2 of them, but my mom stole my other one. My mom won a signed puck for Mason McTavish because she did a duck call. I also got this really cool towel too. That's eventually going to go up here somewhere, either over here, or probably right here maybe. So I'm going to try to find a place to put that. But yeah, I'll go over the stats real quick with you guys. The Ducks barely got outshot 34-33. We did win the face-off percentage 60-40. Probably one of our best face-off games. Mom. The watch party was funny, even though I made a fool of myself. And if you guys haven't checked it out, it is on. I did make a reel of my mom doing her duck call. But I mean, anything's better than the guy that went before my mom. You know, for us Ducks fans at least. At a Ducks watch party, there was a guy that literally started doing a LA Kings chant. Let's just say his chant didn't last very long. He got booed very quickly, and JoJo shut off his mic pretty quickly. So, and then my mom went, and then this other girl that blew everyone's eardrums out with her duck call. But my mom won a signed Mason McTavish puck. And it was really cool. That's also on the Royally Quacked social media page. So go check it out on Instagram and actually in Twitter and everything. So go check that out. The Ducks were 0 for 3 on the power play, but they were perfect on the penalty kill. We got out hit 22-15. Edmonton had 18 block shots to the Ducks 15. Ducks had 11 giveaways and 6 takeaways. And the Ducks lost the season series to Edmonton 2-1. That's the last time we play Edmonton this year, unless it's the playoffs. We'll see about that. And then your 3 stars of the game is, let's see, Number 3 is Connor Ingram, who had a 2 goals against and a 939 save percentage. I will say he played very well. So good for him. And then John Carlson was the number 2 star with the 2 assists, 2 points. And then the number 1 star was Connor McJesus with the 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. So, and then I'm gonna just remove him for now. Look, it's gonna be we'll just make it just me. Boom. How you doing, guys? So then I'll move on to the next game, which it was not it was fun for a little bit. So the Ducks host the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we all knew what was going to happen. You know, Gudas was hurt, but I will say, I do like what Gudas did. He said, hey, no matter what, I am playing this game, no matter what. And he was in the starting lineup, and sure enough, I know my mom was texting me. He's like, hey, like, how soon do you think this is going to happen? I'm like, I think right at puck drop. And I didn't even think she said it before I did. But sure enough, right when the puck dropped, Max Domi and Radko Gudas they went at it. And it looked like Gudas didn't even like try to throw a punch. He was more just playing defense the whole time, let Domi get in what he needed to get in. And honestly, like, I liked what Gudas did. I really respect what he did. He knew what he did in Toronto was bad, and he like I said, didn't even fight the suspension. He knew he deserved it, and he took the punishment like a man, like a true leader. So, and then, you know, and you could tell, like, just Radko knew what was going to happen, and he was like, I just thought it would have been funny if, say, you know, Domi and Gudas would have gotten a fight and Gudas would have punched him once and just ended it. Like, how do you keep going from there? You know, you try to defend your captain. Toronto's trying to defend their captain, then you get knocked out. I thought that would have been funny, but good on Gudas. I would say I really respect what Gudas did this game. And also, I thought he played pretty well in this game too. And then there was another incident where, was it Pavetta, I believe is his name, came right off the bench and went straight to Gudas, kept cross-checking him, and Gudas didn't fight back. He was like, you know what? You're going to get in trouble for this, not me. He was like, I'm not going to ruin this for my team. He took it, and sure enough, the guy got kicked out right after. And then Domi ended up getting kicked out too because he kept trying to fight people, and he was kind of being a little pest. Let's just say that. But so, like I said, and they had like top referees for this game. They had George Peros, you know, the guy that's in charge of the players of defense. I don't know why I can't think of the guy that hands out all this. I can't think of the Department of Player Safety. There you go. There. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But we'll talk about the game. But the one thing I'm going to talk about, God, the Ducks need to do better on the power play. Oh my God. We had a 5-on-3 power play for a full 2 minutes, and maybe got one shot on goal. And I think we had a crossbar and everything. Guys, we got to score on a 5-on-3. That's just bad. But we'll go into the game now. So for the third time since the Olympic break, I want to say, the Ducks actually scored first. Oh, he's back. Hello. All right. I'm talking about my second game now. I'm just getting into the scoring now. But Leo Carlsson gets his 25th of the year on a snapshot. Troy Terry gets his 36th assist, and Olin Zellweger gets his 14th assist and makes it 1-0 Anaheim. And then I talked about this play earlier, is Cutter Gauthier scores on the power play, kind of surprises Stolars on this shot. Granlund gets his 16th assist, and Kreider gets his 25th assist, and that was Cutter Gaudier's 38th goal on the power play, and makes it 2-0 Anaheim. And then John Tavares, I don't know, we just can't defend on the penalty kill against the Maple Leafs. That's what killed us in this game too. Was the special teams all around was bad. Tavares gets his 27th of the year, makes it 2-1 Anaheim, and that's all the goals in the first period. We move on to the second period, and then John Carlson gets his first goal as an Anaheim Duck. Jackson Lacombe gets his 43rd assist of the year, Seneca's 35th assist, and it's 3-1 Anaheim. And then the third period was just all Toronto. Matthew Nyes scores on the power play, gets his 21st of the year at the 6:55 mark, makes it 3-2 Anaheim. Then you leave William Nylander wide open, or as Brian Hayward kept calling him all game, Michael Nylander. Yeah, Brian Hayward kept calling William Nylander by his dad's name the whole game. So after the Nylander goal, it were tied 3-3. And then Morgan Riley scored his 10th of the year to get 4-3 Toronto. And sure enough, guys, this was all within almost 10 minutes of each other. Like, we can't be that bad for 10 minutes like that. But luckily, Uncle Leo, who actually did get somewhat injured this game, I would say I was scared about this game with our players getting injured, just how Toronto was going to come out. But none of the plays that like Cutter and Leo got injured on were like anything. I was like, oh man, like I'm worried about. It was nearly nothing the Toronto guys did. The Cutter one was just like on a normal cross check. The ones that you see everywhere. You just probably hit him wrong. And then the Leo Carlson one, it was just like he kind of got injured more from Troy Terry than anything else. But Uncle Leo gets his 26th goal of the year, ties it up at 4 apiece at the 18:21 mark. Trouba gets his 23rd assist, and Lacombe gets his 44th assist of the year. And we go into overtime. And all I can say is the Ducks had so many grade A chances in overtime. I will say Stoli, the goalie, stood on his head, and he prevented. I would say he was probably the main reason why Toronto won in overtime. But then John Tavares was left wide open right in front of the net, and he gets a nice tip-in shot, and we lose 5-4 in overtime. At least we get the overtime loss. Not as much as the Kings normally do, but we get the overtime loss. We'll go into the stats now. Let's see. We've got so many penalties this game. We did outshoot them 32-29. I don't know how we won the faceoff percentage. Toronto has good faceoff guys. We won 57-43. Now here's where everything sucked. 1 for 6 on the power play. 1 for 6. It has to be better than that. 2 for 4 on the penalty kill. Got to do way better than that. If we just, get one more, one less each way, this game is over. The Ducks win. But no, we got to be a lot better on special teams. We did get out hit 28-15, but I think we all saw that one coming. The Ducks had 10 block shots, 23 giveaways, and 6 takeaways. And the Ducks sadly get season swept by the Maple Leafs. We'll do the 3 stars. Let's see. And the 3 stars of the game is John Tavares is the number 3 star with 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points. William Nylander gets the number 2 star with 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. And then the number 1 star is Uncle Leo Carlson with the 2 goals and the 2 points. Like I said, and this is the game that really started the downward trajectory for the Ducks this week. All right, and it's on to your next one, or your first. You can do 1 or 2. It's up to you.
Okay,
I'll leave it up to you.
Well, you have 2 games left?
I have 2 games left.
So I'll do mine. You do 1. I do 1. You do 1, and then I'll do 1. I guess.
Okay, we'll do that.
All right. So the Kings are playing the Utah Mammoth, and let's just get to the scoring real quick. I tell you, they would be a team I'm afraid to play in the playoffs. The Mammoth. They're playing pretty well. After their last year, they were kind of a playoff team for a while, and then it just kind of fell away. They're not doing it this year. So the scoring starts off right in 2 minutes and 31 seconds into the first period, and Kerfoot gets his fourth from Marino, his 29th on a tip in, and Utah's up 1-0. Then third pick in the draft, Logan Cooley at the 16:33 mark gets his 19th from Sergachev, his 40th, and Gunther his 26th on a snapshot, and it's 2-0 Mammoth. Kings do finally get on the board. The captain himself, Anze Kopitar, gets his 12th from Kempe, his 35th, and Edmondson his 17th at the 17:51 mark on a tip in, and it's 2-1. But the Kings. One thing I've noticed under Smith is, they're doing a lot more hitting and they're doing a lot more block shots, but they are sometimes doing way too many penalties, and they get a penalty. And Logan Cooley on the power play gets his 20th from Keller, his 50th, and Sergachev his 41st. 9 seconds before the end of the period to put the Mammoth up 3-1. So after one, Kings are down 3-1. We go to the second period, and Kerfoot gets his 5th from Cole, his 18th, at the 12:37 mark on a wrist shot. It's 4-1 Utah. I mean, Kings were really never in this game, I don't think. Then on the power play at the 16:17 mark, Schmaltz gets his 27th from Keller, his 51st. Sergachev is 42nd on a wrist shot, 5-1 Utah. Then we go to the third period. Kempe gets his 27th unassisted at the 4:34 mark on a wrist shot, and it's 5-2. Then Jack McBain gets an empty netter at the 13:53 mark. Wow. We're the New York Islanders all of a sudden, and we're pulling the goalie, with 8 minutes left. But he gets an empty netter from Peterka, his 21st, and Sergachev, his 43rd on a wrist shot, and that's the final 6-2. Let's go to the stats. The Kings actually outshoot the Mammoth 31-28. They win the faceoff circle 53.2 to 46.8%. But the Mammoth are 2 for 3 on the power play, and the Kings are 0 for 2. Hits, the Kings out-hit them 36-21. Wow. I mean, all of a sudden, this has become a hitting and block shot team. They also had 24 block shots. Utah only had 13. But we gave away the puck 17 times. Utah only 13. And on takeaways, Utah 6, the Kings 2. Let's go to the 3 stars of the game. And the number 3 star is Logan Cooley with 2 goals. The number 2 star is Alexander Kerfoot with 2 goals. And the number 1 star with 4 assists is Sergachev. So, I mean, not a king in the bunch. It was pretty much a dominant game by the Mammoth. The Kings weren't even in it. So, on to your game code.
All right. So our third game of the week, we go up to our rivals in Northern California, and we go against the San Jose Sharks. And just like typical fashion in this game, the Ducks give up the first goal. Shocker. Will Smith gets on the board on the power play. His 22nd of the year. It makes it 1-0 San Jose, and that was at the 4:37 mark. And then we go on to Ryan Poehling, who gets his 10th goal of the season and ties it up 1 apiece at the 17:47 mark. Drew Hellison gets the assist on this one, his 11th assist, and Dostal apparently got his first point as an Anaheim Duck right here. So congratulations to Dostal on that. That's what they said on the broadcast from what I heard. So I could have sworn he's gotten assists before. But now we're tied 1 apiece, and that's the first period. We go into the second period, and Alex Killorn gets on the board, his 13th of the season. Drew Hellison's 12th assist and Lacomb's 45th assist to makes it 2-1 Anaheim. And that was at the 14:59 mark. And on a nice little wrist shot. Oh, and by the way, what a pass by Drew Hellison on this one. That was just a great play. And in the third period, God, we can't even get a full minute into the third period before Macklin Celebrini gets his 39th goal of the year, ties it up 2 apiece at the 27-second mark in the third. So now we're tied 2-2, but at the 4:04 mark, Troy Terry, unassisted, gets his 18th of the year and makes it 3-2 Anaheim. And it was back and forth this game. But the last, I would say, 7 minutes of this game was just all Sharks. And you're going to find out real quick why, because at the 18:21 mark, Macklin Celebrini gets his 40th goal of the year and ties it up 3-3. So we're tied with just a little over 100 seconds left, like 99 seconds left. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And this is what I was thinking in my mind. Okay, we're tied. Just hold it off for the last 90 seconds and we'll go into overtime. But nope. What happens is at the 19:29 mark, so with 31 seconds left, Alexander Wennberg scores and makes it 4-3 San Jose. And that is your final. The Ducks blow 2 straight third period leads. This team cannot hold a lead to save their life right now. It's bad. I feel like the only way we can win is if we tie it up late and then score, like pretty much what just happened to us. Or like it's either this way or the way Toronto beat us. That's the only 2 way I feel like the Ducks could win. Is we score a late goal in the third period to take the lead and then we hold them off, or we we tie it up and then go into overtime and we win in overtime or shootout. So the Ducks got to find other ways to win, and I feel like the only way we can win right now. The stats: the Ducks did outshoot San Jose 31-21. We did lose in the faceoffs 59-41. Ducks were again 0 for 3 on the power play, and San Jose was 1 for 2 on the power play. The Ducks had 20 hits, 15 blocked shots, 9 giveaways, and 5 takeaways. Right now, San Jose has the season series lead right now, 2-1, but we still have 1 more game left on April 9th. So this upcoming week. So let's all be ready for that. That's going to be a very important game for multiple reasons for the Ducks and the Sharks. We'll talk about that later. Your 3 stars of the game. What a shock. Not a single Duck. Wennberg, 1 goal, 1 point as the number 3 star. Will Smith, 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. And Macklin Celebrini, the number 1 star, shocker, with 2 goals, 2 assists for 4 points. But I'm sorry. I think Celebrini is going to be the Hart Trophy winner. I think he should. If the Sharks get in the playoffs, I think he is the Hart Trophy winner.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, Cody, but you beat me to it. I was going to say, he's something special.
Mm-hmm.
Really is. I mean,
yeah.
Wow. I mean, what a player. I wish he was the King.
I wish he was a Duck or not in our conference.
Yeah, well, we get McDavid and we get him.
Yeah, so
good luck to us, right?
Yeah. Yay. I'll let you talk about your next game. I'm gonna look up something for the Sharks real quick. So
okay, so Wednesday, April 1st, the St. Louis Blues come to Crypto.com Arena to play the Kings. And, in the first period, it was a battle, but no score. We go to the second period and took all the way to the 16:59 mark for who else but probably Kings MVP Adrian Kempe gets his 28th from LaFerriere his 19th and Panarin his 50th on the power play on a wrist shot, and it's 1-0 Kings. That's how the second period ends. This is not a big shoot time game. A lot of scoring. There wasn't. But in the third period, also funny, 16:07 mark of the third period, Robert Thomas ties the game with his 17th from Broberg, his 23rd, and Holloway, his 21st. Could you imagine if Broberg and Holloway were still with Edmonton? I mean, they become two. I mean, that was some really smart pickup by the Blues. Those are two players that are going to be there for.
Trust me, I know. After we'll talk about that in my game.
Sorry to bring up a wound. I did not who scored and who did all the damage in that game. Anyways, so we go to overtime and funny. Not an overtime loss this time, but an overtime win. Trevor Moore gets his 11th from Kopitar, his 23rd, and Doughty his 17th at the 156 mark on a snapshot, and the Kings win 2-1. That is not an April Fool's joke, by the way, since that was on April 1st. I just want to make sure I make that.
It's funny that you say that. I right before I went to sleep, I was so mad about the Sharks game. It took me forever to go to sleep. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I really hope this was an April Fool's joke that the Ducks were playing on us and they really won like 20-0.
Sorry, Cody.
Yeah.
If I was next to you, I'd pinch you to wake you up. So let's go to the stats for this game. The Kings did outshoot the Blues 26-24. They won the faceoff circle 52.5% to 47.5%. And for once, they win the power play. They were 1 for 3. The Blues were 0 for 3. They out-hit them 26-15. More block shots for the Kings. They had 23. The Blues 14. They did win the giveaway, which you don't want to win that. They gave away 21 pucks. Blues 17. But on the takeaways, the Kings win 7-4. Let's go to the 3 stars of the game. And I can't say I disagree with how they picked these. Robert Thomas was the 3rd star with a goal. Adrian Kempe was the 2nd star with a goal. And Trevor Moore with the game winner was a number 1 star. Now on to your next game, Cody.
All right. So, if anyone wants to, help me buy a punching bag that I could put right next to where I watch the games. This is like I usually watch right here. I'm usually at my desk watching the game on my computer. I would really like to have a punching bag right now when I'm watching these games because I either want to punch my computer screens or throw my phone. So if anyone wants to help me buy one, let me know. Or just donate one. That'd be great. So the Ducks hosted Cam Fowler and the St. Louis Blues in this game. And just for the 4th time since the Olympic break, the Ducks score first. Ryan Poehling gets the scoring start in this one with his 11th goal of the year. Mason McTavish gets his 21st assist, and Olin Zellweger gets his 15th assist, and that was at the 151 mark. And then, just like I said before, the Ducks cannot hold the lead to save their life, and Robert Thomas gets on the board and ties it up at 1-1 at the 524 mark. And then, as my dad said during his game recap against the Blues, Dylan Holloway on the power play gets his 18th of the year, makes it 2-1 St. Louis. And then, luckily, Jeffrey VL helps us out at this point in time. It ties it up 2-2 on a nice pass by Ryan Poehling, by the way. That was Poehling's 23rd assist and Drew Hellison's 13th assist and VL's 3rd goal of the year. And that was at the 16:01 mark. And then Jonathan Bergen gets his 8th of the year to make it 3-2 St. Louis at the 1844 mark. So the Ducks are down 3-2 after the first period. And then it was all St. Louis after that. And I am not kidding. Second period, Pius Suter gets his 13th of the year at the 3:08 mark, 4-2 St. Louis. Colton Parayko, after punching and elbowing Seneca in the face, gets on the board with this second goal of the season to make it 5-2 St. Louis at the 16:50 mark in the second period. So now the Ducks are down 5-2. Now we go into the third period. Dylan Holloway again gets his on the power play, his 19th of the year, and Broberg gets an assist on that one. Let's see, did he get an assist on any of the other ones? Broberg. No, just that one. And the Ducks fall to St. Louis 6-2 in this one. And it was an ugly showing. And let's just say it, I know a lot of people on social media about the Ducks are not happy at all. I know Mom says you guys were at church when this game happened, and let's just say I'd rather be at church than watching this game too. So
yeah, I think Mom was quite happy that she missed the game.
Yeah, and I'm jealous that she got to do that. Because like I said, I want to buy a punching bag just to have right here, and I could punch something while I'm watching the games. The Ducks got outshot 29-27, lost in the faceoff percentage, 51-49, so pretty close. Again, 0 for 3 on the power play, and the penalty kill was horrible, 2 for 4. Ducks had 25 hits, 10 block shots, 16 giveaways, and 4 takeaways. And again, the Ducks lose the season series to the St. Louis Blues. But at least we did win one game against them this year. But still, you've got to win these games. That's now 3 straight losses to non-playoff teams at the time of the game. Non-playoff teams, 4 straight losses. And we have how many games left? Let's see. We have, so Ducks have played 76. We have 6 games left. And this is not the time to have a losing streak. This is the time where you want to start getting hot to get into playoffs. And I can tell you this, if we keep this up, the Ducks are getting swept in the first round. And I'm not kidding. The Ducks are not looking pretty right now. Like, we can't hold leads. We can't play defense. I want to say Brian or John Allers said in the first period, we gave up like 11 grade A scoring chances. You can't give up that many in one game, and they gave up that many in the first period. Like, St. Louis was just like, they looked like they were like leading the Central, like they were about to win the President's Trophy over Colorado the way they played last night. So again, it's just not a good way to play. I don't even want to talk about the 3. Let's say, I'm gonna just say this. Paling was the number 3 star, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points, and then we had 2 other Blues that were the other 2 stars. Okay. I don't want to talk about it. I'm mad. I'm annoyed, and I hope they change it around tonight.
Good luck. Okay,
we need it.
So we played back-to-back, played the Blues, then we get the Nashville Predators in, and the Predators came out roaring. In the first period, 52 seconds into the game, Philip Forsberg gets his 35th from Marchessault his 18th, and Haula his 22nd on a wrist shot. 1-0 Predators. Then, at the 3:47 mark, I'm not sure I could say this, but it looks like Zachary Hero gets his 3rd from Sky?
Brady Shea.
God.
Wait, hold on. Where are you at?
Yeah, it's Brady Shea.
LaRue?
Oh, is that LaRue? Oh, I forgot the L. There we go.
and Brady Shea.
Brady Shea with a 22nd assist at the 3:47 mark on a backhand shot. And it's 2-0. For the Predators. So that's how the first period ends, and then we start the third period, and just 2 minutes and 2 seconds in, Marchessault gets his 12th from Wood his 12th, and Barron his 9th on a wrist shot, and it's 3-0 Nashville. So looks like April Fools came a day late. Then Adrian Kempe. I mean, who else is going to score for us? It seems like Kempe he's about one of the only ones that does score anymore. He gets his 29th from Panarin, his 51st on a deflection at the 6:09 mark. It's 3-1. Then Steven Stamkos at the 8:19 mark gets his 37th from O'Reilly, his 43rd, and Yossi his 37th on a wrist shot, and it's 4-1 Nashville. Then Adrian Kempe gets his 30th from Edmondson, his 18th, and Kopitar his 24th on a snapshot at the 13:29 mark, and it is now 4-2 Nashville. Then I think what a great pickup Scott Lawton was for us. He gets his 12th from Armia, his 12th, and Anderson his 14th at the 15:45 mark on a wrist shot. Now it's 4-3. All of a sudden the Kings got some steam. So they're down 4-3 going into the third period, and who else but Joel Armia gets his 11th from Jared Wright his 2nd, and Dumoulin his 15th at the 9:57 mark on a wrist shot, and the game's tied 4-4. Then we go to the shootout. Oh my goodness, what a shootout it was. First of all, Kempe tries a wrist shot, and it obviously it was saved by Saros. Then Ryan Riley tries a wrist shot against, I think it was Kemper, and he doesn't score. Then Panarin on a backhand, he fails. Forsberg on a backhand. It seems like they're repeating each other here as they go back and forth. Then Trevor Moore on a wrist shot fails. Stamkos on a wrist shot fails. Kopitar on a wrist shot fails. Marchessault on a wrist shot fails. Laferriere on a wrist shot fails. Halla on a wrist shot fails. Clark on a wrist shot fails. Yost on a wrist shot fails. Byfield, he breaks it up and does a backhand, and he fails. Then it's Armia on a wrist shot fails, and then Evangelista on a backhand puts it in the net, and the Predators on the 8th of the shootouts beat the Kings 5-4. Let's go to the stats. Kings get outshot 34-33. I thought they were pretty much outplayed most of this game. They were lucky to get back in this game. On the faceoff circle, the Kings seem to really have come into their own on faceoffs. They won 56.2% to 43.8%. Both teams were 0 for 3 on the power play. The Kings out-hit them 32-19 on block shots. The Predators 16, the Kings 15. Of course, we out-give away just about every team. We gave away 20 pucks, and the Predators only 12. And on takeaways, we only took 1. That's pathetic. And the Predators had 7. Let's go to the 3 stars of the game. Steven Stamkos was the 3rd star with a goal. Adrian Kempe was the 2nd star with 2 goals. And Jonathan Marchessault was the 1st star with a goal and assist. That ended the week for the Kings. And I think we're going to go we're all done, right?
I'm done with mine. So I looked up the Sharks stats.
Yeah.
Macklin Celebrini has 51 more points than the next highest person. 51 more points. I believe they said 5-on-5 with him on the ice. They're plus goals. And 5-on-5 without him on the ice, they're like at minus 40. That's ridiculous. I also want to say real quick for the Duck side. I also so we have some few injuries. Like I said, Cutter was hurt. Let's see. I know Troy Terry is like still fighting something. He's only playing in games, really. Let's see. We saw Ross Johnson out. Harkins is out. Congratulations to Nathan Gauthier. He did make his NHL debut earlier this week against the Sharks. And he's looked good. I will say that. Radko Gudas has been out. And I just got a notification. Pavel Minchikov has been out too for a couple of games. But San Diego Gulls prospect, or Ducks prospect, I should say, Tyson Hines got called up from the AHL. Since Ian Moore's been playing left shot defense, and he's right-handed, and it hasn't looked good with him on the left side, so they called up a left shot defenseman. So maybe Tyson Hines will be making his season debut, and he's more of a defensive-minded defenseman too. So maybe that might help. I hope so, because the Ducks really need some help right there. I just forgot to just saw that. We want to do a quick standings recap too.
Well, let's. We've been doing predictions all season
predictions,
long.
right?
Yeah, you went 1-3 this week, and you are now 41-33. Hey, you're above 500.
Yeah,
I got above 500 2 weeks ago, and in that time, I've gone 8-2. And I went 3-0 this last week. So I'm 41-34 and you're 41-33. Why don't we do our predictions real quick?
Yeah, let's do the
predictions. And then we can go to the standings. I'll do mine first. We play the Leafs today. I'm going bold on this one. We're going to beat them 4-3. And then we're going to play the Preds again. I thought we got totally outplayed by them. I think we lose that game 5-3. And then we play the terrible Vancouver Canucks. I mean, we should beat them easy. Everybody should, but I have them winning 4-2. So I predicted the Kings to go 2-1 this week.
Did you switch your? Because that's not the scores I see on my end.
I don't know. That's what I thought I had.
It says you have the Leafs beating them 5-4, and you said 4-3.
Maybe I changed it. I did. I changed it.
Okay. As long as you know what you put, that's all that matters.
Yeah, let me go back and see what I.
You know, it's funny. The game that you guys probably need to win the most this week.
Kings predictions. I had them winning 5-4, and I said 4-3 instead.
So yeah, and then you also said something different for the Vancouver Canucks game too.
5-2. I'll go 4-2. I'll fix that.
It's funny. You guys need to beat the Nashville Predators.
Yeah,
on Monday. For the playoff sake.
I know.
So I'm
you know what? My predictions,
Captain of Chaos is in the chat. Old age is catching up.
Must have slept in today, huh, Adam?
Yeah. All right, I'll do my predictions then. The Ducks tonight on a back end of a home back-to-back. They host the Calgary Flames, and I'm predicting a 4-2 win. And it seems like that's the only time we can get a hat trick, so maybe we'll get a hat trick tonight too. So that'd be nice. And then the Ducks will host the Nashville Predators. I'm predicting a 5-3 win. Adam says he'll be at the Preds game. He'll be at the Kings Preds game. Okay. I thought you were going to be at the Ducks Preds game, and you're saying let's go Preds. I was going to be very worried about that, Adam. But yeah, the Ducks will host the Predators this week on Tuesday. Like I said, a 5-3 win. And then Thursday, the Ducks will host the Sharks for the last time, and I'm predicting a 6-3 win. We got to change things up. We got to win these next 3 games. We got to win. Because right now, we're second in the Pacific right now. We're no longer leading the Pacific. We'll do a quick standings recap. Let's see. In the Atlantic, we almost have pretty much almost a tie. Almost all three. Tampa Bay is leading the Pacific right now with 75 games played and 100 points. Buffalo's number 2 with 76 games played and 100 points. And Montreal, 75 games, 98 points. So if Montreal wins their next game and Tampa Bay loses, we have a 3-way tie for in the Atlantic. And then in the Metro, you have Carolina, who already clinched a playoff spot on 75 games played. They have 102 points. Pittsburgh, 76 games played, 92 points. In the New York Islanders right now, 77 games played, 89 points in third. And then your 2 wildcard teams right now is Boston with 76 games, 94 points. And Ottawa right now is in the second wildcard spot with 75 games played and 88 points. But you have 3 other teams tied with 88 points: Detroit, Columbus, and Philadelphia. So, and Detroit has played 75 games, and all the other ones have played 76 games.
Marco Sturm's done a great job with the Bruins, don't you think?
No, he really has. Yes.
And everybody wanted to fire him from Ontario.
Yeah. So tonight, here's all the playoff scenarios for clinching or being eliminated. Buffalo and Tampa Bay will both clinch a playoff spot in the playoffs tonight. If they win their game in any fashion, or if the Red Wings lose in regulation to the Rangers, or 1 point in their game and either Detroit loses in any fashion or Ottawa loses in regulation. So that's it for Tampa Bay and Buffalo. Carolina will clinch the number 1 spot in their division if they win versus I'm not worried about that one as much. But the Flames can get eliminated tonight if they lose to Anaheim in a regulation loss against Anaheim, or if the Kings win versus Toronto in any fashion. And then the big one, the Florida Panthers can get eliminated tonight with a regulation loss versus Pittsburgh. And there's a lot of other scenarios I don't want to talk about. It's just too much. And we'll move on to the west side now. Central, Colorado already clinched 74 games played, 108 points. Dallas already clinched 76 games, 102 points. Minnesota clinched this week, 75 games played, 96 points. Now we'll move on to the Pacific. Edmonton is now leading the Pacific with 76 games played, 87 points. Anaheim in second, 76 games played, 87 points. So they're tied, but the tiebreaker goes to Edmonton since they have more regulation wins. And then Vegas, 76 games played, 84 points. Utah is holding the wild card 1 spot with 75 games played, 84 points. San Jose right now is in the second wild card spot with 74 games played, 79 points. Nashville and LA are tied right now, 75 games played and 79 points. But I'm sorry, but you guys aren't going to win that tiebreaker even close because you guys only have 19 regulation wins all year. And then St. Louis is the next closest, and Winnipeg with 75 games played and 76 points. So that's the scenarios right now. So yeah, and then I know we do have a few questions.
Okay,
let me bring that up. Let's see, where are they? All right.
So I had a question before you ask a question.
Okay.
You have video of Mom at the watch party?
It's on my phone. I don't know if I could put it straight on here.
Okay. Just
if you would have told me ahead of time, I could have done it.
I don't know.
So it is.
She thinks she embarrassed herself. I thought she did the best job. Of course, the one guy knocked himself out by being a Hidden Kings fan.
I liked Mom's a lot better than the other lady because Mom's was like
inspiring to cheer
and
for
the other
their
girl
team.
just wanted to blow out everyone's eardrums.
I thought Mom won it easy.
Yeah, I did too.
And I don't really think she embarrassed herself. Do you?
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But
I was proud of her, even though she's a Ducks fan.
Yeah. We do have a question for you in the Instagram chat.
Okay.
I am awesome. 12333 says, think Kings make the push for playoffs.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I'll be honest and say I'm not sure they deserve it right now.
Okay.
I think if they would have stayed more healthy, and had a Kevin Fiala for what he's missed since February, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was out even before the finish of the Olympics. Might have made a difference of them being a playoff team or not. I mean, he is definitely one of their more gifted players, and losing him hurt. Could they do it? Absolutely. Anybody can get hot at any time. But, if you're a minus 27, do you really deserve to be a playoff team? I mean, the Sharks are a minus 33, and they're in the playoffs as it stands right now. Minus 33. And what really blows me away is Anaheim's there, and they're a minus 12. A minus 12.
Yeah, when we win, we barely win. And when we lose,
you lose good.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
All right. So that was one question. We have one from Chasing Dreams on Instagram said, based on how we've been playing and who we have left to play, he says over under 2 wins for the Ducks. So let me pull up the rest of the Ducks.
Well, they're what, right at 76. So we got 6 games left.
I know. Hold on. I'm trying to do this.
And you have them winning you have them winning 3 in a row.
Yes.
Calgary, Nashville, and the Sharks this week. And then the following week, they play Vancouver, Minnesota, and Nashville.
Yeah, I'm going to say over 2 wins. It has to be over 2 wins. We need
in 6 games. I would think it should be. I mean, Calgary should be an easy one.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of them. I mean, you got Vancouver and Calgary. You should at least get 2 wins for sure.
Yes, we should. But then again, Calgary and Vancouver have played us very well this year. So who knows? I do have someone did in the Instagram says, what's that from? Was that Mike Ernal 88 says, do you think adding John Carlson has made much of a difference, honestly? Yes and no. He has helped in certain spots. I mean, no, he has not helped defensively, but we all kind of knew that. He's not more of a defensive-minded defenseman. So, and the power play has looked bad with him in it. But it's looked bad for him. But I think he has helped, and who knows, maybe he is that extra help we get in the playoffs. He's been there, he's won, he's done well in the playoffs, so maybe he can help us there as well. So,
well, the funny thing is, I thought that was a great acquisition.
Yeah,
for the Ducks. Does it parlay into it? I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, you're going from a place you've been a long time to somewhere new. Chemistry sometimes takes time. But he's a very gifted defenseman. I think in the overall play, he's going to definitely help the Ducks in the future. You can't hold him back right now because he's still trying to, find his way. They can do these no-look passes once they get to know each other and know where someone's going to be. That's hard to do right from the start.
Yeah.
I can only think of one person that probably could have done that, and I don't care who they played with, and that was Wayne Gretzky. That was one of the things about him that made him probably the greatest player ever to play the game, is that no matter who he could just see things way in advance of anybody else and know exactly what was going to happen, because he wasn't the best skater. He wasn't the most gifted shooter, and yet he turned that into maybe a record that will never be broken.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times are we going to see somebody score 200 points in a season?
Or 92 goals in a year.
Or 92 goals in a year. Ovechkin's never done it. And he's the most prolific goal scorer in history.
The closest we've seen to recently to that was Austin Matthews with the 69 goal season. That was the closest we've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Didn't Robitaille have 70 one year, I think?
I don't know, but I know Solani and I forgot who the other guy was.
Solani did it in his rookie year. I think he had 70 goals.
76 goals.
Yeah. He very special player.
Yeah.
Not just as a hockey player, but as a person. He's someone. Never talk bad about him in front of me, because we're gonna get into it, because he is such a classy guy.
And then last one I have here: thoughts on Ducks playoff chances and performance. I think it would be, if we're talking about like currently right now, I feel like it's gonna be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep the way we're playing right now. That's the way we're playing. Like it's not gonna look pretty. Adam says, I'll fight you. Yeah, but you're not going to talk bad about Solani. Actually, sorry, there is one more comment from Globus Northbound. He says, we are in the stadium, 19 in Germany. Next time I will watch it. I don't know. They reached out to me. There are a couple from Germany, and their goal is to go to every single hockey arena.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. They already have tickets.
Take me with you.
Yeah. They've done I think 15 out of 32, I believe. So I said, I'm jealous that they've been to that many. I've only been to, I think, 4 so far.
Okay.
How many of you, has it just been the Pond and Staples?
I'm trying to think. I've been to some.
Okay, current. We're talking about current ones. Sorry.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, I want to do. I want to do San Jose. I want to do Vegas.
I want to do too. And Utah.
And Utah. Those are probably the next, the closest ones we can all knock out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's probably have to be like a next season kind of thing.
Yeah. Take a couple of weeks off. Road trip.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
We'll have Mama Quack with us.
I'm always down for that. I know maybe when I go visit Sammy and Justin, we'll go to a Dallas Stars game and knock another one out.
I did talk to Justin about that last time we were there, that I'd like to go see a Stars game. So
yeah.
We'll try to knock that out. So
yeah. But we didn't get to talk about this last week because we were in a rush. But I did go to a Nashville Predators game when I was in Nashville. A lot of fun. The chance is something I kind of wish the Ducks would do too. Like, not as saying, the goalie sucks, but like more of like fan involved kind of thing, and like I said, I had so much fun at the game. Great experience. The Predators beat the Seattle Kraken 3-1. It was a very fun game, and I saw Jonathan Marchessault trying to fight. Was it Winterton or Riker Evans? I can't remember. One of them. I can't remember which one it was. I don't like that guy because he's always a pest and stuff like that. And Marchessault's not a fighter at all. So, and he's 5'4", and the other guy was like 6'8". That's what it looked like when they were going at each other. But no, it was so much fun. I highly recommend, if you're in the Nashville area during hockey season, to go see a Predators game. It was so much fun. So far, like I said, I've been to Ducks and Kings, obviously, and then I've been to the Seattle Kraken and now the Nashville Predators. So I highly recommend. And I've been to 3 stadiums this year alone. So
3 arenas?
Arenas, yes.
Yes. Gotcha.
Yeah, I've been to a Ducks game, Kings game, and now a Predators game this year. And then next week, we will be at the Ducks' last home game.
Yes, we will. So if you are going to that game, reach out to us beforehand. Maybe we can meet where they do the intermission.
They don't do that anymore there.
They don't?
Oh, but no, they haven't done that in 2.
Well, if they reach out to us, we can.
But we can do it. Yeah, we can meet up around there.
We can meet up at a spot somewhere with anybody who would like to say hi, and
yeah, that'd be nice.
We're gonna go have fun. It's your mom's birthday weekend, so.
Yep. And then we'll also have another interview podcast. We're doing another interview podcast next week for you guys.
Yeah, that will be
a recorded one, not a live one.
Yeah, we're going to still go live, and then we have a recorded one right after that next week. So,
yeah,
stay tuned.
So I'm very excited about this next one.
And me too.
So,
me too.
Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Nope. I think I need to go check and see how my friend that's helping me with my plumbing. I should be over there supporting him, and at least hey, great job,
He says, I want in on that one for the road trip one. Or
are you talking about the recorded one next week? He's talking about.
You don't even know who it is.
Don't spoil it.
I'm not spoiling it.
No,
you don't even know who it is.
Adam, don't spoil it. Adam, I don't think
Adam even knows.
You're more than welcome to join us.
Yeah. Well, Adam, you could text me and we'll talk. So
sounds good. All right. Well,
I'll say our little post stuff right now. Make sure you go follow us on all social media platforms at Royally Quacked. Please tell your family and friends about the interview. I could bring hockey player aspect to the interview.
He wants it on my birthday weekend. Yeah, Mama Quack.
It's not really a player friendly one. Well, I'll tell you later. And the moms he wants on the birthday weekend. But yeah, please leave a rating and a review on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all podcast platforms: Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, Apple. Please go leave a rating and review on that. We'd really appreciate that. We haven't had one in a while, so please, guys, leave a review. I will read it live on the air. Also on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. If you know family and friends that haven't done it, hack their phone, go on Royally Quack channel and hit the like and subscribe for them. We need more subscribers. Come on, help us out, please. Last but not least, Stay quacked out there, everyone. And let's turn this losing streak into a winning streak into the playoffs. Anything else to add before we get out of here?
Hey, we got a game today. Go Kings, go.
And let's go Ducks.
A